What's up, YouTube? What's up? Welcome to the continuing Odyssey journey. How's everyone doing today? I hope fantastic. I feel fantastic. Well, come aboard. Pull up a chair, my friends. For we are about to go and continue on this journey. Talk a little bit about strange things, strange tales. Comic book haul number 12, I believe. Or 11. I've done so many of these over the last week, I don't remember. But anyway, I wasn't going to do this one, but something happened. And it started on comic book day, this past Wednesday. Well, the seed was planted. But anyway, so what do we have here? Web of Spider-Man, number 6. Tie-in issue to Secret Wars, Part 2. The good news is a Beyonder has turned the skyscraper into solid gold. The bad news is there are still people trapped inside. Don't miss Gold Rush. Web of Spider-Man. You know, back in the day, I collected Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, and Web of Spider-Man. The three main books or the three only books that were, on my radar, on my collecting list. And back then I didn't have access, or a lot of access to stores because they were across town. I had access to a store at this time, well, in the 80s, mid-80s, 7-Eleven down the street where they sold comics. And that was my comic store for a while. I remember Fridays or Saturdays I would walk at the end of the block, and 7-Eleven, would have the comics there on their racks. I'd look at them, buy a couple with a Slurpee, large cherry, my favorite. Slurpees. We'll go for one right now. Cherry. And then I would come back strolling down my neighborhood with Slurpee in hand, comics in another, reading them while I was coming back home, and get home and sit on the front steps. I know this sounds very 1950s, Leave It to Beaver-esque, but it was a good time. Anyway, going back memory lane. The Web of Spider-Man, number 6, part of a interconnecting cover or covers that connected with the Amazing Spider-Man. I was at Comic Book Day. It was Wednesday, but I didn't go Wednesday. I went Thursday or Friday. And it was during lunchtime, my lunch hour. And I went to this little mom and pop comic store. And usually I go there never so often because I give it time for them to restock, get new stuff, new books. And I like to be pleasantly surprised. Anyway, I found this one. This comic and the other one, I have a history with it. I don't know about you guys, friends. Sometimes I feel that I have a supernatural connection with certain things and certain objects. Case in point, this one and the interconnected cover. Web Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man. So I find this one, and every time I find one, I always try to get it. But I never try to find it. It always finds me. And usually when I find one, the other one is not too far behind. But well, later on this one. You Comic Book Day. I think I went Wednesday. But I go, where'd I go? Ah, yes. Again, on Thursday, I think. And I get this one. Amazing Spider-Man, number 19, Volume 4. Before Dead No More. There's Spidey. In front of a gravestone. Looking down. I have no idea what's happening here. But I told myself that I'm going to read Before Dead No More. Or Dead No More. This is Before Dead No More. And at the bottom, plus a bonus. Dead No More, The Clone Conspiracy. Story by Mr. Dan Slott and Javier Garron. So, I heard about Dead No More and that certain characters are going to come back in the Clone Saga again. Well, I'm going to approach this as it's the first time. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to read it. I hope it's good. Rise of the Black Flame. Dark Horse Comics. From the pages of Hellboy. Hey, this is number 2. Oops. Here's number 1 also. Well, I haven't read these, but I'm going to. From the pages of Hellboy. Anything Hellboy. Yes. Hellboy. I love Hellboy. Oh my goodness. That's a whole other story, a whole other video. But anyway, Rise of the Black Flame. I was reading the synopsis that girls have gone missing. And they trace or they find them or something to this cult called the Black Flame. Sounds very interesting. So I bought the first 2 issues. I will be reading them. Amazing Spider-Man number 19, variant edition. Oh, it's a great little cover, Found it there at my LCS. Alongside the regular cover that we just saw. At the opening of this episode. It was moderately priced and I got it. Spidey. swinging. I guess it's either morning or evening. But I like it, you know. Deadpool #1. Back in Black. AC/DC. Back in Black! Yeah. #1. Variant edition. I'm not a Deadpool fan, my friends. I've tried. Oh, I love the movie, though. The movie's fantastic. It was great. Pleasantly surprised. Mr. Ryan Reynolds. Awesome. Born and bred for that movie. Anyway. You know, I was watching other videos. We're talking about Deadpool and the symbiote. You know, the alien costume. And that they're going to be retconning, or they have retconned the costume and the origin. They didn't go to Spidey first, and it went to Deadpool first. And that the alien race is a peaceful race. But once it got on Deadpool, it went crazy. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you guys. Man, Marvel is a train wreck. Going over a cliff. What the hell? Anyway, I like this cover. Really cool. Deadpool with the symbiote alien costume. Oh yes. HeMan and Thundercats from DC. Oh, well, you know. Again, kid from the 80s. Loved He-Man. Loved Thundercats. He-Man is a little bit older than Thundercats. But my experience with He-Man is a little bit different than everybody's. I had some of the toys. I never actually had He-Man or Skeletor. Skeletor was my favorite. You know? We always had Man-at-Arms and... Anyway, He-Man and Thundercats. He-Man with his power sword and Lion-O with the Sword of Omens. 2 legendary swords. Thunder! Thundercats! Oh! And by the power of Grayskull! My experience with He-Man is a little bit different than everybody's. I would go on trips with my parents, my brothers, to Mexico. That's my grandmother's there, was there. God bless her soul. You know, and so we would go visit her on the summers and Christmas and New Year's, you know. And they had the He-Man cartoons would come out in Spanish. Espanol. He-Man. So that's where we saw He-Man. He-Man. Por el poder de Grayskull. By the power of Grayskull. So of course, you know, I was fascinated. My brothers and myself were fascinated by He-Man. The toys. Never got He-Man or Skeletor. I love Skeletor. I think my parents were scared of Skeletor. To this day, I'm trying to get Skeletor. But you know what? I can't wait to read this one. He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Lion-O, and Thundercats. Ho! That Thundercats intro is fantastic. Man, that animation there was just top notch. Wow. That one we did see here in the States after school. Never missed it. Always wanted to have the Sword of Omens. Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Anyway, I hope this is good. Oh, yes. Walter Simonson and IDW present Ragnarok. Let me tell you something about this Ragnarok. I have the first 5 issues. Well, I have 1, 3, and 5, or 1, 2, and 5, something like that. Kind of hard to find. I was late getting into this series, so I had to buy the trade paperback. Collecting the first 5 issues. And again, as I said before, because of my work and because of my career, I forget. I go into my comic store this past Thursday, and I see this one, number 10. It jumped 5 issues, but it didn't. I missed 5 issues. But for those of you who don't know about this beautiful story, we find Thor like a zombie. Highly recommend to pick up the trade paperback, Ragnarok, Walter Simonson. If that name is familiar, it's because he worked in Marvel's Thor. In the 80s. I think he started with number 337. Introduction of Beta Ray Bill. Oh, no. Wow, that's a great story. Anyway, Ragnarok finds Thor, or Asgard has fallen. Everybody's dead. Odin dead. Everybody dead. Where's Thor? 100 years after Ragnarok, which is in biblical, if we were comparing to biblical terms, it's like Revelations, Judgment Day. Everything goes to shit. So, Asgard has fallen. And I think 100 years later, Thor wakes up. And they say, what the hell happened? And where's the bottom of my face? So he goes on a quest to find out what happened. Anyway, Walter Simonson. He, I think he has like a connection with this character of Thor and Mjolnir. This man is a master storyteller, master artist. Highly recommended. I need to get the other 5 issues. But the trade paperback is fantastic. Anyway, I'm using this as a segue, because today I went to go visit some friends who own a little comic shop inside of I don't want to call it an indoor flea market, because there's little stores inside. But anyway, they have a little store in there. Pair of brothers. Good guys. That when I mentioned before that I had made some friends because of, I know some vendors, and because of the shows that I've done. And these particular pair of brothers who love comic books and toys. I made friends with them. I've known them for the last 3 to 4 years. And they have a store they had just put up. And every now and then they have sales, and they tell me to come over and go visit, and we talk shop, talk comics. And I went today. They were having 50% off of box comics. Boo! The Mighty Thor, $341. I think I started back in the 80s when I was a kid. Walter Simonson's run again. The introduction of Beta Ray Bill. And I think that's his first issue. I have those issues. Again, they're in boxes somewhere. But I went over and I said, "Hey, what's up?" We started talking, having a few laughs. You know. And I said, "Hey, let me look through these boxes. Let me see what I can get from you guys." And they say, "All right, go ahead." So I found this one, the Mighty Thor. And I think he is getting in a fight with Fig Frank Foam. I think that's him. $4. Another one, the Mighty Thor, number 273. The monster whose mammoth coils can crush the earth. The Midgard serpent. Strike, O devourer of worlds, either thou or Thor shall die this day. Roar! I don't know about you, but I love comic book covers that have huge monsters and then you see the hero all tiny and shit. Like, how are you going to get out of that? How are you going to get out of that? The Mighty Thor, number 290. See Thor inside of a ring, a wrestling ring. Not even my Mystic Hammer can stop El Toro Rojo. Whoa. Thor can speak Spanish. Okay, well, this particular pair of brothers told me that this particular comic, he had bought it many years ago at a gas station. And this was his. And he goes, "Oh, you're getting a good one." Sorry. "You're getting a good one," he says. I said, "Wow, this is great. I love it." Was that $8? He said. Half off. Thor, the Mighty Thor, number 297. The Sword of Siegfried. Uh-oh. Mjolnir's gonna get jealous, Thor. Gonna get jealous. Thor, number 300. 75 cents. 75 cents special. 300th issue. Oh, yes. You had it there for $12. Half off. The Mighty Thor, number 350. 50 issues later. Beta Ray Bill. Thor. Fantastic. Amazing Spider-Man, number 242. Featuring the Menace and the Mad What? Featuring the menace of the Mad Thinker and his awesome android confrontations. Anyway, let's get back to Thor for a little bit. Go back to this. I like that cover. Like it. Like that cover. And I like this cover. That cool. I love those. Man. Damn. I love it. Anyway. I need to do another video of just Thor. Because I'm slowly trying to get a run on this guy. All the 200s and all the... Because 100 is like still a journey into mystery, or... I forget what it is. Oh. Then becomes Thor by himself. The Mighty Thor. Anyway, rambling. these brothers, and we're talking, and I had mentioned, he had asked me what's going on. I hadn't seen them in a while. He asked me how I was, and I told him I was fine. He told me he was fine too. He told me that he retired. He's relatively young, probably in his 50s. He asked me how I was doing, and it was good. But because of my career again, I always talk about that. I'm not going to tell you what it is until later. But I'm going to be recognized. I'm going to have some sort of recognition because of the work that I do. I was telling him about it. I don't like to gloat, but I am good at what I do. Like Wolverine. I'm the best there is at what I do. Bub. So he says, wow, man, fantastic. Congratulations, he says. I go, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me, So, I go to the register. And he says, 15% off, right? I go, hey, you said 50. The ad said 50. He looks at me, starts laughing. He goes, yes, I know. You want a bag? I go, sure. Puts him in the bag. Hands me the bag. And he says, here, congratulations. Well, man gave me this little haul for free. I didn't know what to think or how to feel. I was filled with joy, gratitude. Oh, man. I was happy, man. It was a good day today. Good day today. God bless you, my friend. God bless you. But I failed to mention that in that hall, my friends, at the store of the brothers, that was there waiting for me. You get goosebumps? A supernatural connection. I can't explain it. Usually, like I said before in my other videos, there are certain books that I get. I don't care what condition it is. I get them for sentimental reasons. But for some reason, this one keeps looking for me. This pair. With Spider-Man number 6 and the Amazing Spider-Man number 268. I love how he, it's that continuation, once is a fluke, Two times, with my friends out there in YouTube land. This has happened to me on 4 to 5 occasions. Can't explain it. Somebody trying to tell me something. What do you guys think? Comment below. An act of generosity for my friends that I thank so much. And this, I love these two covers. I love them. Later on in the series that I'm doing, I'll pull the other ones out. I found a pair at half price books. I found another pair at a convention. Oh man, the list goes on, man. Anyway, let us marvel at this. Okay, my friends, let's end there. Ponder the mysteries of the universe. Let us all be masters of the universe. Oh. Keep hunting. Stay hungry. And be a hero to everyone. Have a great one, my friends.